Hey guys, what's up? It's Kane over here. Broski Gamers. Got a
Nigga forgot what the channel was called.
got a spicy little kaiju deck for you. Obviously, don't look at that. We got a spicy kaiju deck for you. It's gonna like really, it's honestly, we got some cards in here that'll really make you say like what.
Niggas all this camera literally said what?
So starting off strong, triple
Yeah, it's like that's it right
Jizukiru, the Star Destroying Kaiju, which, if you guys know, this is like one of my favorite ones ever.
there. Did you play against the Cyberdark dude that was main deck in 3 of those?
No.
At the box tournament?
I didn't play him at all.
So bad,
The one that I like more than this though is the Lightning Kaiju. That's really cool. Next Kaiju is actually Cyberdark Cannon. Triple of those, and I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, Cyberdark Cannon is a Kaiju? Yeah, if you try hard enough. Kind of whatever. Cyberdark Claw. We got 3 of those. Of course, as you know, that means. Should I go through the effects? Because honestly, I think Cyberdark Claw is like my favorite one.
Those are pretty old, but you can go through Claw.
Yeah.
Cannon searches a monster.
Claw will let you discard. You can discard Claw and then add a Cyberdark spell or trap, and then, of course, during damage calc, if a monster is equipped with this card, and it battles, you can send 1 monster from your extra deck to the grave, which is pretty goofy, honestly. Especially if you use like what's it called, Overload, and put and Dark into the grave. You can get Cyber and Cyberdark and Dragon.
Then if you're in battle phase, activate that quick play spell.
Yeah. Next up, Cyberdark Horn. Now all of these are really gonna do just about the same in that it'll add a level 3 or lower Cyberdark, or not Cyberdark, Machine or Dragon, and it'll get boosted. This one right here inflicts piercing.
Well, it equips.
Yeah, it equips. Yeah. All of these will equip a level 3 or lower from the grave.
Okay, there's should add.
No. Next up, Cyberdark Edge, and this one can attack directly, but when it does, it'll be halved. Next up, yeah, which people play this in Duel Links all the time, and like it never works out. I've never been beaten by someone using the edge strategy, and
I beat you.
I'm like,
good.
I'll be edging. And then there's Keel, which if it destroys a monster, you inflict 300 damage. And I've had these 2. Because you did these 2 together.
Yeah, they're all
it wasn't.
bad.
It wasn't just Edge. You're doing these 2, which burnt through the life points. But like,
because Kill is fine in Duel Links, but we aren't talking about those, But they're bad in real life. But you need the names.
Cyberdark Chimera,
Crazy.
which is amazing. This card lets you discard a spell trap and add a power bond, which is great because of course power bond is like one of the most busted up cards ever printed. And then whenever you fusion summon, you can actually use cards from your graveyard and banish them as well, which is a really strong move, especially for this. It's like having an additional 3 copies of Overload Fusion. Overload Fusion plus Power Bond?
Yeah.
It's like having triple cybernetic, what's it called?
Overflow.
Cybernetic
Overload or
something support.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Cybernetic Fusion support.
I see a lot of people use 1, but they're bad.
Next up, Triple Core, of course, normal. Or when it's summoned, you get to add a spell or trap, cyber spell or trap from deck to hand. And if your opponent controls a monster and you don't have anything but this is in your grave, you can remove it and special summon a Cyber Dragon. Next up, we got a single Hertz, single Nasher. And keep in mind that this card right here, pretty spicy because you can always special it out to get your Cyber Dragon. And I'm only running 1 Cyber Dragon. I actually don't know what I would even do with any extras. I'm sure at this point you've seen some of our match videos, and if you haven't, go ahead, leave this video right now, go check them out, then come back to this exact moment.
I've seen people play a much target Cyber package. But that's not Cyberdark, is it?
No.
It's not Cyberdark.
So next up, we got Forbidden Chalice. So this is from the structure deck. And so initially the structure deck has Imperm, which is great, but a big problem is it does have the requirement of having something face up, which I mean, if you see in one of our latest matches, really saved Keanu's rear end, because without that face up, it's lights out.
Yeah.
Forbidden Chalice, all it is a 400 point buff. Like, that's fine. I can get over that, especially like with any of the cards here.
A lot of people play around Imperm too. So
yeah. So next up, damn, that's crazy. Next up, we got Overload Fusion. Only one, because you don't really need more, especially with Chimera. It's really like not necessary. Double Power Bond, which of course fucking goofy. Truthfully, I don't think you need any more than this. I've only had to play one Power Bond in game ever. Of course, it's always nice to have another one just in case something happens to it. Plus, there's an easy way to search it. Triple Cybernetic Horizon. Now this one right here is pretty goofy as well, because what you'll do is you'll send 2 machine or dragon monsters, cyber monsters, from your hand and deck with different attributes. So normally what I do is I'll target like maybe a keel and a you know, core.
Yeah. Because if you send hers, you get Cyber Dragon off of it, right?
Yeah, you can get Cyber Dragon off of that. But whenever you do that, you get to add one. Damn, that's crazy. You get to add one cyber monster from your deck to your hand, and then if you do, you can send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the grave. You can only activate the effect once per turn, but that's all you really need, considering how much advantage you're getting off of that.
Yeah.
Next up, Cyberdark Realm, which will let you add 1 Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand. It's got to have a different name from the cards in your graveyard during the main phase. You can actually, immediately after the effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cyberdark monster. So it's a really easy additional special summon. And then its other effect is, I have to read it because I never use it, but once per turn, if you if you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyberdark monster that activated when it was normal or special summon, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. You can only activate 1 Cyberdark Realm per turn, which is fine. I can't do anything with that, but it's fine. It's fine, because most of the time you don't need that. Next up is Triple Cyber Emergency. And of course, amazing, add 1 Light Machine that can't be normal summoned, or a Cyber Dragon monster, which is great. There's so many ways to get to your Cyber Dragons anyway, it doesn't really matter. I do more often than not use this for the effect of Chimera. And I know a lot of people are like, I can hear you go in the comments, oh, you're really wasting your card. You know what's not wasting my card though? Cyber Eternal. Cyber Eternal is the most goofy card ever. You just special out a Cyber Fusion monster from the grave. Completely ignore its summoning conditions, okay? Just ignore it. It doesn't matter anymore. And now, here's the thing. If a machine Cyber Fusion monster you control would be destroyed by battle, or a card effect, you can actually just banish this instead, and it's all good. Next up, Cybernetic Overflow. I'm not even going to talk about this card, because you guys know my feelings on this card. Finally, double Cyberdark Invasion. This has 2 effects, and I don't really see people use Cyberdark Invasion very much, which is kind of stupid, because you can target one Cyberdark effect monster you control, and then equip a dragon or a machine monster from either graveyard as an effect spell that gives it 1,000 attack points, which off the rip is crazy. Because I think in one of our earlier Cyberdark match videos, I boosted one of the Cyberdarks to 34 with that.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Because I had like 800, then Horn, which gave it an additional 16. This pumped it up to 34.
Yeah.
And then Its secondary effect is that you can send one equipped card you control that's equipped to a machine monster to the graveyard and destroy one card on the field. You can only use one. You can only use. Oh wait. You can only use each effect of Cyberdark Invasion once per turn. I've been playing it completely wrong. I've been playing it. You can only play one. You can only use one effect per turn. But you know, it's fine because it's kind of goofy either way. And that right there is my updated kaiju list. So let me just move these out of the way. And next up, you can see the kaiju extra deck monsters. I know what you're thinking. Here they go in the comments. This isn't a real kaiju deck. This is Cyberdark, but you said kaiju on it. And so starting off strong. Got double Cyberdark and Dragon. This card right here, unless I'm mistaken, it's just like a bunch of attacks. It really is kind of not hard to bring out. It's not as satisfying in my opinion to bring out. So it has to be fusion summon or special summon by attributing one level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster equipped with a Cyber and Dragon. It's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, which is great. And once per turn, you can equip one monster from either graveyard to this card. This card can attack the number of times each battle phase up to the number of equipped monsters equipped to it. So this plus like Cyberdark Invasion is like a really goofy combo, but honestly, it's just a lot of setup. There's a lot of investment. I guess you could always do the whole like Cyberdark, whatever it was, that'll let you drop it. So what?
Why do you only have two? Because you pulled the balloon out.
Huh? What? What was that? I don't even know all that. Next up, Cyber Darkness Dragon. We got triple copies of those. And if this is special summon, you can equip one dragon machine, a dragon or machine monster from your graveyard to this card. It gains attack equal to the original attack. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard. And negate the activation if you do destroy the card. Now, Cyber Darkness Dragon is fine. It just takes 5 Cyber Dark effect monsters, which still is not bad, and it works great still for Power Bond. I'll typically Power Bond into Cyber Darkness, which will bump it up to 4,000, and then if I have a Cyber End Dragon, which I have 2 of those, it'll go up to 8. Now, it's not like the most devastating thing ever, but you know what is a Chimera takeover at triple copies. It's insane.
We'll put the link to the match in the comments.
And I don't think I have to explain Chimera Takeover Dragon. Chimera Takeover Dragon has been a staple since the birth of this channel. Of course, I'll go ahead and say anyway, 800 times the number of fusion materials. It can attack that number of times. Sure, it doesn't have any like protection, but it very rarely needs it. How many times are you really people are gonna try to stop the cards from like hitting the field in the first place? If you get this out, it's pretty safe to assume that they don't have anything else to stop it. And you know what they don't have, like they certainly won't have a means of stopping 8 attacks.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's a cyber, it's a overload fusion? Why do you think that's in there? So I can put 2 on the field at once. Am I a Zane fan? Chimera Tech for 6 what? So that's it. Of course, as you know.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see your more competitive build of this deck.
Yes, and thank you so much for 400. It's awesome. 400 what?
So,
go check the subs.
Like the video if you like the video. Like we said, drop a comment for the updated profile. Pretty non-budget competitive build.
And let us know if you want us to throw together a spicy little Swamp Frog deck. Damn, that's crazy.
Swamp Frog.
That's crazy.